made a purchase of more than 50 lakh in a year from any one person? If yes, then well, you have an additional compliance to adhere to. As per the new TDS provision section 194Q, you are liable to deduct TDS if you have made a purchase of more than rupees 50 lakhs from a single seller and its non-compliance can bring you trouble. We will tell you how. Hello and welcome. I am Jyoti, a tax expert from Clear, that is India's largest tax and financial services platform. At Clear, we are a team of 80,000 plus tax experts and we cater for the needs of more than 4 lakh plus growing businesses, 2,000 plus large enterprises and 6 million tax filers. Today, I'm going to talk about the new provision of TDS section 194Q. So do watch the video till the end to know all about this new section. Also, before we begin, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. So let's get started. What is section 194Q? Now, section 194Q is a new TDS provision that has been incorporated by the Finance Act 2021, and it states that a specified buyer will be liable to deduct TDS if he purchases goods, including capital goods or services, equal to or more than rupees 50 lakh in a particular year. So, who is a specified buyer under section 194Q? The specified buyer in this section means a person whose total annual turnover or gross receipts is more than rupees 10 crores during the financial year immediately preceding the financial year in which the goods are purchased. So to sum up, the below mentioned conditions are required for the buyers to deduct TDS under this new provision. First, purchase is made from the resident seller. Second, the value of goods purchased is more than rupees 50 lakhs in the previous year. Third, the total turnover or gross receipts of the buyer is more than rupees 10 crores during the financial year preceding the year of purchase. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then only the buyer will be liable to deduct TDS under this new provision. Next, since when is section 194Q applicable? Now, this section was introduced in the Union Budget 2021. However, it is applicable with the effect from 1st of July 2021. What is the rate of TDS deduction under section 194Q? The buyer who satisfies the above mentioned conditions will be required to deduct TDS at 0.1% of the value of purchases exceeding rupees 50 lakhs. This rate will be increased to 5% in case of non-submission of PAN by the seller. Next, let us see how to calculate the TDS under this section. The value on which the TDS will be deducted is the amount of purchase exceeding rupees 50 lakhs. To simplify it further, consider this formula. The total value of purchase less 50 lakhs will equal to the value to be charged for TDS. Let's take an example. For example, if Mr. X has made a purchase of rupees 55 lakhs from a buyer, then the value on which TDS will be deducted under section 194Q would be rupees 55 lakhs less rupees 50 lakhs threshold limit, which is equal to rupees 5 lakhs. So TDS under section 194 will be 0.1% of 5 lakh, which is rupees 500. Now, what will be the time limit of the deduction under section 194Q? Under section 194Q, TDS is to be deducted in the earlier of the following two events, that is at the time of credit of such amount to the seller or at the time of payment by any mode, that is cash, credit or in kind, etc. So hope now it is clear how TDS deduction under section 194Q is to be calculated. If yes, then please type clear below in the comment section. Now let us see what is the role of the buyer and seller. The buyer is eligible to deduct TDS under this new provision. The role of the buyer. The buyer will have to deduct the TDS and submit the same with the government according to the due dates of the TDS deposit. Now, the due date for payment of TDS for the months between April to February is 7th of the next month. For the month of March, it is 30th April. The buyer will also have to file the TDS return, for which the due dates are the last date of the month following the quarter ending except March. For the year ending March, the due date is 31st May. You can check the table where we have mentioned the due dates for filing the TDS return. Now in regards to seller, the seller will have to obtain a declaration from the buyer regarding the timely deduction and payment of TDS under his PAN. Also, the seller can cross-check his Form 26AS for correct TDS updation. Next, let us see if Section 194Q is applicable on imports. Since this section is applicable only when the purchase is made from a resident seller, no TDS shall be deducted in case of imports. Next, we will see what are the consequences of non-compliance with this Section 194Q. Now, the consequences of non-compliance of the Section 194Q will be same as the consequences of non-compliance of all other TDS provisions under the Income Tax Act, which are as follows. That is, non-allowance of expenditure under Section 40A. Then the SSE will be treated as SSE in default under Section 201, and so simple interest at 1 or 1.5% is payable under Section 201. Penalty is liable under Section 221, under Section 234E or 271H as the case may be. So, it is always advisable to comply with the TDS provision and timely deduct and pay taxes within the due date. Lastly, let's take you through the guidelines issued by CBDT for Section 194Q. Section 194Q will become applicable on any sum paid or credited after 1st of July 2021. However, the threshold of Rs 50 lakh is to be calculated starting from 1st of April 2021. Hence, if a buyer has paid Rs 50 lakh or more up to 30th June, TDS under Section 194Q will apply to all the payments made after 1st of July. Second, adjustment of GST. For TDS calculation under Section 194Q, in cases where the GST amount is mentioned separately in the invoice, TDS is to be deducted on the net amount without including GST. However, TDS would be deducted on the entire amount if it is impossible to identify the amount of GST component to be invoiced in the future. Next, adjustment of purchase return. In case of purchase return where the seller returns the money, the tax deducted may be adjusted against the next purchase from the same seller. Whereas, in the case the purchase return is replaced by the goods, no adjustment is required to be made. Fourth, applicability of Section 194Q to non-residents. The TDS provisions of Section 194Q will not apply to a non-resident. However, if the purchase is by the non-resident having a permanent establishment in India, then these provisions will become applicable. Fifth, applicability in case of an exempt income for the seller. The provisions of these sections will not apply in case the seller's income is exempt. However, if the seller's income is only partially exempt, then these provisions will apply. Sixth, applicability in case of advance payment. CBDT clarified that the provisions of these sections will apply at the time of payment or credit, whichever is earlier. Hence, any advance payment will be subject to the rules of this section. Also, the circular mentions the provisions of which section will prevail in case there is a cross applicability of section 194O, that is TDS by e-commerce operator, 2061H, that is TCS by the seller, as well as section 194Q, which is TDS by the buyer. We have added the link of easy explanation of the circular in the description box for your reference. Please check the link if you want to know more about the cross-section applicability. I hope that you clearly now understand the new provision of TDS on purchase. If this section is applicable to you, then make sure that you timely deduct the TDS before the 7th of next month, and also timely file the TDS return after every quarter end. Also, let us know if you have any questions related to this section. We will be happy to help you. Lastly, a quick reminder that you can now very easily file your return through ClearTax. The new e-filing facility launched by Clear not only is simplified, but it also assists you in availing all of the tax deductions as well as prompts you for all the tax saving investments. This helps you to save so much of more tax. Thank you for watching the video, and please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. Also, do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you keep getting the updates as and when we upload new videos. Stay tuned and thank you. Bye-bye.